Hi, here I am again. I said I'd come back and pick up where I left off, and let's see how far we get. Um, we stopped at allowing people to plant negative seed into your life can basically smash your dreams and your visions. They all stop because you're so caught up in the negative that someone has planted into the field of your mind. Let's continue with this. Right now, I want to continue with the fruit that comes from the seed that you allow to be planted. It's like offspring, just like having a baby. The seed is planted, and then comes the offspring. And so that's kind of how it is with words. When you allow people to speak negatively into your life and you take it into the field of your mind, and it doesn't stay planted only, but it brings forth fruit. It goes in there, it's buried, it germinates, and then it sprouts. By the time it reaches the surface, the root of that thing is well established in order to bring forth nourishment to it. And so that's how it is with the things, the deceptions and the lies and all the negative stuff that you allow into your life. It by the time it surfaces, by the time someone sees it in your life, it is well established, and you become the one that holds title deed to the harvest that comes from those words you allowed to go into your life. It's kind of like when you plant because I plant and garden. When you plant one seed for collard greens, you don't get one leaf, you get a stalk. When you plant one seed for an orange, from an orange, you don't get just an orange, you get a tree full of oranges. Same as when you plant a cherry seed, you get a tree full of cherries. That's the same. When you, all it takes is one lie that you allow into the field of your mind to damage your the way that you respond or feel about most any given thing becomes negative, because it's not just the one lie, it's the fact that you allowed the lie in there, it germinated, it rooted, and now it's surfaced. And now not only is it bringing forth the results of the seed, but you even end up with more seed from that plant, and it just keeps bearing and multiplying. Now, when you go through the act or process of gathering the crop, because it is your task to gather the crop, the result or consequence of that activity, allowing that into your mind, the consequences is you hold title deed. It's yours now. Now you hold it and is responsible for it. What will you do with it? Not only do you hold it, but it's what you have to consume. And so when we begin to speak negative things and allow other people to speak negatively into our lives to the point of actually holding title deed to the harvest that we planted or allowed to be planted in us, it's kind of bad now. When you do this, you are no longer sure of anything. You become you start second guessing yourself even on things you know you can accomplish. You start being fearful of even trying to do the thing you are equipped to do. You become paranoid, not only of people, but even paranoid of your own actions. And that is because you allowed somebody to speak negatively in your life. It brought forth a harvest. You consumed the harvest, and now you're sick. Not sick that you need medication or need a psychologist or anything like that, but you just don't feel good in your emotions and in your spirit. It because you allowed somebody to plant a harvest in your field, in the field of your mind, and now you're holding title deed. Title deed to what? Title deed to unforgiveness, to resentment, to hatred, title deed to fear, and just being very disgruntled, and to a degree that you feel like I don't have any control. I can't control this. I can't help it. This is how I feel. And to a degree, you're right. You just about can't help it. But I want to get you to really just think about it. Just think about it. If it's your field, and if you hold title deed, and if you're going to be responsible for the fruit that comes forth, and if it's the fruit that you also must consume, don't you want some good fruit? You can actually pull out that, take a minute, step back, and pull that harvest out by the root. Get it out by the root and get rid of it. Because if you don't, then you'll find yourself feeling like a defeatist, like there's nothing I can accomplish and actually win in. Did you know that victory and defeat begins, of course, in the mind, but it is established by the tongue? It's whatever you say. Because when you look at, and I like going to the Proverbs because there's so many thoughts there. And Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Can you imagine having that much power in such a small member of the body, that it holds death and life? That's why you have to be careful allowing people to speak into your life, and even the things that you speak over yourself. This means you can speak things into existence, or you can speak things out of existence. If you speak good into a bad situation, it's possible to turn that situation around. I always say, take a bad situation from the other end. Stop looking at what you see and go back to the beginning. If you can get to the end and work your way back, you probably would never find yourself in a negative place again, because by the time you rotate from the end back to the beginning, you won't see it as negative. You will be able to see that you see some of the things maybe you missed, but you'll also be able to see the possibilities. I always tell people to do that. Don't look at what you see right now. Go back and then work your way back forward. By then, you figured out what you need to change before you get back to that same space. I can change my mind, my mindset, by what I say. I can change the way I think, not by, as they say, by the strike of a pen. No, you can change your life and others by the strike of the tongue. You can save or kill. If you have that power to save or kill by the things that you say, you're a pretty powerful person. And that little member has a lot of power. Don't let that little member get you in trouble and get you into mistaken beliefs and believing only your feelings, and not being able to speak your own reality. You see, your own reality is not necessarily what you see. Your own reality is what you want to see. And you can speak that into existence. You may not see it now, but it's kind of like faith. Faith is not what's already there, because you have no need to have faith if you already see it. But faith is what you don't see in the physical, but you see it strongly in your mind. You can do that. Don't let anyone pollute your mind. You have so much to accomplish, so many things to do. You have lives to change, and you have a life that needs to leave a legacy of hope behind. Clean up that field and don't let anybody else pollute it, not even yourself. And begin to let your tongue speak life and life only into every dream and every vision that you have, that would not only increase your life, but increase the lives of those around you. Don't allow it to be destroyed. We need it. You need to accomplish it. That is your legacy. What will you leave behind when you're gone? Let your tongue write your story. Have a good day. Bye-bye.